Hello everybody and welcome, you're watching Dave Playing Games. My name is Dave and last week I played Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. Well, after I edited that video I kind of went and watched 300, and at the end of 300, spoiler alert, there is a huge battle a year later between the Greeks and the Persian army, so you know what's coming. I am about to simulate the Battle of Plataea, but not necessarily with historical accuracy. The Battle of Plataea was a large pitched battle, as the name may suggest, at Plataea. Now the numbers we have to go off of here are skewed at best, so I am going off of the only reliable source I can find, which is not actually that reliable, in the speech at the end of 300, whereby it is announced that 10,000 Spartans would lead 30,000 Greeks against an army 3 times their number. Well, I've wiggled that around a little bit in something that I am hoping will be a interesting battle, so let's have a look. Now, if history is to be believed, well, the Greeks should win this one. However, I have fiddled around with things somewhat, so it's anyone's guess really. And so on to the armies. Here we have the thousands upon thousands of Persians, and in an attempt to make it slightly more like they're represented in the films, they have archers as well. But that's not all. Oh no, we have these guys, big hulking brutes, the ideal line breakers. There are trolls amidst the Persian army which will do quite a bit of damage. And facing them down is the combined Greek army, 10,000 Spartan warriors backed up by a further 20,000 medieval footmen who will be standing in for the remaining city-state soldiers. But that's not all. Oh no, the Spartans have been zhuzhed up a little bit, because in their number I've sprinkled a few of the movie Spartans. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Both armies swarming towards one another in a bloodlust to get to each other and absolutely slay and destroy their enemies. Little pockets of fighting have already broken up and, well, if the numbers are to be believed, yeah, the Greeks are doing okay. In fact, as a front line begins to form, the Greeks have only taken minuscule casualties. But all that's about to change because the big boys have joined the fray. Oh yes. The trolls are now in the front lines and, well, you can see the number of kills for the Persian army is rocketing up. With both sides clamouring to get to one another, the front line is getting longer and longer. However, you can't help but feel eventually the Greeks are going to run out of personnel. I mean, look at all of those Persians. Meanwhile, in the centre of the battle, well, it's a real bloody mess. There are bodies flying absolutely everywhere. Clashes between trolls and movie Spartans as bodies fly left and right. It's a real meat grinder. Again, on the left flank you can see the Persians are just swarming around and, well, it looks like they're folding up the flank already. Greek footmen there having to peel off to try and stem the waves of Persian attacks. And back in the centre you can see the Persians swarming through the centre. The lines smashed open as the trolls have done their job and broken the Greek lines. Well, this doesn't bode well, does it? Meanwhile, here on the right flank the Persians are desperately pushing through, but the Greeks are pouring in to stop them. It's not looking so great on this flank though, as the Persians are absolutely encircling the brave Greek warriors. And as you can see, it's stopping being one large pitched battle and becoming lots of bloody skirmishes as individual battles get joined. The line's becoming 3 or 4 individual battles here, but it's not all a complete disaster for the Greeks as they've broken the Persian lines here as well. Over on the right flank they are bursting through and swinging around to help their brethren. Indeed, the Persians are having to peel off and try and stop this new flank from coming around and completely obliterating them. We've even got a little party of Spartans here, and they are coming up onto the hill, trying to finish off all of these archers, as let's be fair, the archers have been doing a lot of damage with no reply all the way at the back of the lines there. You feel that this is a battle the Greeks can win as they are absolutely gaining control of the landscape here, slowly encircling the Persians on both sides. It's only a matter of time. The Spartan raiding party, meanwhile, at the back of the line is going and dealing with all of the archers, and the archers don't seem to have a single answer for them. But Well, it's not looking so great on this side. No, all of the Persians appear to have broken through the Greeks, and now they're swarming on to try and take on whatever's left of them over here. They're fighting bravely, but it does still feel like they'll be overcome. The trolls are doing a lot of work. And now with all the Persians realising their archers are being attacked, they are swarming off in enormous numbers to deal with the little breakaway party. Honestly, I feel like this is overkill, guys. Meanwhile, the majority of the Greek forces on the right flank seem to have dealt with every single one of the Persians left, and they are swarming to join the fray. The question is, can they get there before the Persians overwhelm what's left of their troops? I mean, to be honest, I'm not convinced. Will they have enough left, or are the trolls a bit too strong? Sorry to say, I think that might be the case. With only 300 Spartans left, I don't think they're going to have enough to take on the rest of these Persians. I mean, you would think 300 Spartans would be enough for just a couple thousand Persians, right? But, well, do I need to remind you that the last lot lost as well? And there we go. So, Xerxes and his ravening hordes appear to have won the day again, which is not completely accurate. That said, I was going off of numbers cited in a movie script rather than any sort of historically accurate data, and I'm also fairly certain that Persia didn't actually have trolls, so there's that too. I think we've all learned a lesson from this, and so in the alternative universe of the 300 movie, well, I assume Greece is now, you know, like Iran or something. Maybe I just needed more movie Spartans.